Hi there, I'm Raiden and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Thank you, Raiden. I am Jay and this is Jay's Toy Collection UK. Or should I say, I am future Jay, because you're about to see past Jay on this video. So what this video is me documenting some of the changes that I've made to the toy room. As you can see on the red wall behind me, there's a lot of the figures have moved for the purpose of fitting in an extra unit, as you can see here to the side of me. I do mention in the video, maybe getting the toys on and the move might take me a couple of days. Oh no. I started this in January, we are now in March, but I've finally got it completed, so in a second I will hand over to past me for another introduction. I've also luckily got a brand new laptop, so this is the first video with all different editings. We've got all sorts of footage, and if you hear random inserts or graphics, well, that's because I'm playing around with the editing software. So please do stick around and see how we got to this point, and now I will hand over to past me. See you on the next segment. Hi there, welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. Today it's me and a length. So I've got a tape measure. You might be wondering why. Now if you've watched some of my previous videos, I did leave a little clue at the end as to what I might be doing today. So I don't know why I do this to myself, but we haven't even finished the month of January yet. And for those that have seen the 80-minute long toy room tour, well, it's about to change. So this unit you can see over here, it's going to have to move, because what I will be doing is installing an extra unit. So this idea sort of came to me out of nowhere. I thought I'm just going to move the Gargoyles and the G.I. Joe, or just do a little swap over. But yeah, that's not happening, because I came up with a great idea of, I think I could actually fit a whole nother one of these sort of Kallax units in the single unit and get myself an extra 5 cubes of space. So this is where the tape measure comes in. I'm now going to show you what the issue is. So, as you can see here, we have a gap. So it's a bit of wasted space. We do have Fing Fang Foom in there and some retro carded Marvel Legends, so that'll have to move. But I have got what is called a 15-inch gap. Now, a 15-inch gap isn't quite long enough for me. I need a bit more length in my life. I need a 16-inch gap. So in order to do that, this whole unit has to shift 1 inch to the left. So to shift the whole unit to the left, it's going to be quite the task. So I thought I'm going to document this whole process. So today's video is me taking every single figure off, because I don't want to risk breaking them, moving the unit to the left, getting a new unit in, then we're going to put lights on, and then I'm going to put the figures back in a completely different order than what you see here. So hope you enjoy. Right, as you can see, some progress has been made. The Turtles have come off, Marvel Legends have come off, so we've got the Storm Collectibles over here to come off as well, and then we might be able to get to pushing. So it's a bit of a mess over this side now. As you can see, I've got ladders, all sorts of turtles. It's a complete mess, not like the lovely toy room tour, so please watch that one, because it was at least tidy then, but getting through it, but still a long way to go. Right then, yeah, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? So I think I've got enough figures off now to actually be able to potentially try and push this thing literally 1 inch to the left. So the next bit you will see is me on the floor trying to push this thing. Here we go then, the push. Yep, that's not budging. That's not budging at all. Might have to call in some help, I think, on this one. So I've had to rope in a little face. You may find him familiar. It's Matt from the Detached Brick. So he's doing the push-in, and I think we might be nearly there. So we'll see. We've got a little testing cube here to see if it's the right gap. Is it going to fit? Oh, I think we might be good. I think we might be good. Oh, I think we're good. There we are. He's gone. I'll send him home. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, as you can see, we have a gap here that will fit a nice Ikea Kallax. Only problem is, just unbox the Kallax, and the idiots have forgotten to put the holes in. There's no screw holes in the Kallax. So I've got one side with lovely holes in that the shelves can go in, and one side that has no holes, so I can't put anything in. So I've got a faulty Kallax. So that's going to cause a slight delay in the rest of this video. They're probably going to have to wait a week or so to be able to go back all the way to Ikea to swap the thing over. So thanks Ikea, I've now got a trash toy room for at least another week. Right then, 24 hours later, different outfit, different day. Firstly, shout out Dan, Tom and Mark. I'm watching Joe's and Juice now because we've had to wait 24 hours. So a second trip to Ikea. This time we've got the screw holes, thank the Lord. And the unit is in. As you can see, it literally just fits with absolutely no room to spare. So that's good. So the second trick now is get the lights on the back. So as all the toys are off, I'm going to light this up. Right then, lights are on. Another issue, we got a different remote because the same company now don't do the ones we had before, so I've had to slightly change. So I've been behind a unit, I've been crawling there trying to stick on LEDs, so let's hope it works. Here we go, press the button. Will we have light? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Yes, we have some light. It is lit up at the back. So lights are on, and next thing to do then is get all these toys behind me that are on the floor back in the unit. This is going to take a few days, probably. I'll see you in the next clip. A few hours later, a few days later, no, a few weeks later, a mere 6 weeks later, and I am back. But the unit is fully installed, as you can see there. So as I pan across, we will now take a tour on what the new version of the wall looks like. So we'll start over here in what's being known as the Marvel Legends overflow section. So we got Legends on the top of the wardrobe, we got Legends inside the wardrobe, and now we've got them just outside the wardrobe on this extra unit because there wasn't enough space. So top cube is going to be Marvel versus Capcom. So that is waiting for the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures to arrive. So modular Iron Man is in there holding the spot ready for them, along with the controls for the LED lights. Down to a couple of Marvel Knight cubes. So the first one is Ghost Rider and Punisher sort of theme there. Those two, Elektra, the new version from the 3-pack that has just gone on the Hasbro Pulse warehouse sale. Sure, I should have probably waited for the 3-pack, but I do love that Elektra head sculpt. And there's Grey Hulk at the back. He's getting a new version though, isn't he, in the Avengers line, so he might have to go as well. Down to Daredevil then on the one below. So again, that's the 3-pack, more articulated Daredevil, the 90s Daredevil, the Marvel Select sort of cross base. One of my only kit bashes in the collection, which is Matt Murdock on the sort of MCU Coulson suit. And there is a Stilt Man at the back. Only got one set of legs. I do have more somewhere though. Down into X-Men. So we've got Wolverine at the front there for the Jim Lee team, so we are getting the full sort of team suits coming, so there's a bit of room there for them. And there's that fat bastard Mojo at the back of the shelf. Oh, Longshot's taking a dive. Look at that poor fella, he's dangling by a thread. And at the very bottom, it is the animated section, so we've got room down here to add Spider-Man, the animated series, but there are the X-Men animated figures, and Into the Spider-Verse as well for the animated shelf. So that's down the bottom. You will notice on the floor we have the WWE Raw Ultimate Edition Arena and the WWE New Generation Arena. So both of those have been added in since I started this project back in January, but it is now the middle of March, so it has literally taken over 6 weeks to get to this point. So that was the Marvel Legends XS, and then the Turtles have come in. So I have literally just done a deep dive on the Turtles, so thank you to nearly 1,000 people that have actually watched that video. So that was great for the channel. So that is the Turtles in their new home. They have moved all over the place, but hoping to keep them there in the corner. So the dioramas in there. Had to put like a little bit of extra shelving in there to level it off, but that does fit. So I'll just do a quick sort of Turtles segment, because I say there is a full video available on the Turtles, and we do have lots more to unbox from the Turtles. If you've seen the huge Haulathon haul, because all these cartoon Turtles, there is a lot more that have just been released for Haulathon there. So we've got about, well, 5, 6 shelves of turtle figures in here. All sorts of TMNT action in the toy room. That's all the NECA cartoon, down into the Super 7 there, and down at the very bottom into the Mirage comic book turtles. The background pieces you see are just the backdrop cut out from the back of the packaging, so they do look really cool as a sort of New York dio. We have more turtles here, so we're down in the bottom. We have the 1990 original movie version, which I didn't get the accessory set for, so that was a bit of a cock-up. Should have really bought that, but I made sure I fixed that for the Secret of the Ooze, because there is the accessory set and all the figures there. Oh, they're just such a fun-looking collection. That the payphone, you've got a box of donuts, Donnie in his skirt and his apron, and then randomly, not quite TMNT, but very bright colours. So we've got Batman 66 filling a cube for now. It may have to move, but the bright colours I thought matched the turtles, so when I was needing to fill a bit of space, that one went in there. Then into the gaming turtles, which I bought before I'd even played the game. I do some strange things, so they might have to get replaced by Archie turtles. Having a think on that one. So gaming turtles are in there, and then Last Ronin, the new IDW storyline, The Last Ronin, which is such a good story. Plenty of room to expand there. So that's all the turtles section there of the maneuver, and over into Gargoyles. So this was a big reason why I tried to get a lot of the move done, was to be able to fit in these NECA Gargoyle figures, because their wingspan is massive. As you can see, it's almost like a double cube. Each cube's 13 inches wide, so that's nearly a good over 20 inches there in Hudson's wings. But I've got the screws on the wall from where the Marvel Legends were, so plenty of room to expand the Gargoyles, because they were up in the corner, but because you can't bend the wings, I was going to waste a bit of space. So now they're in the middle, their wings can sort of slot behind things. So Damona's at the top. We have literally just had Xanatos announced, so one of the only figures from childhood I still have is my little Xanatos figure. One of my favourite villains he was, so excited to get him in a suit, and the Steel Clan members as well to come. So plenty of room for Gargoyles expansion, and I do like to theme things in here. So we've got the Gargoyles next to the turtles, so both NECA and both cartoon based. So we've got a nice little cartoon section going on. Now down into the gaming section. So we've got 5 shelves, then 5 double shelves of gaming. So it's all Storm Collectibles. So we start at the top with one of my favourite beat-em-ups from the 90s on the Sega Mega Drive. It was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat Trilogy was my favourite version, because you had so many characters to choose from all the original games. So we've got 2 shelves worth of the Mortal Kombat figures. Let's hope they can actually get some female figures out to us. As you will notice, I'm not being sexist. No, it's not me, it's Storm. They have not released one single female character. They've shown, I think, Melina or Katana for absolutely nearly 4 years, I think, but have yet to release her. So there is the Mortal Kombat section. Goro at the back looking imposing with his 4 arms. Down into the Golden Axe section now then. Oh, I've nearly stepped on something there. Something's gone up my bum. Not quite sure what that was. Some form of box. So here is the Golden Axe. So you've got the lovely dragons. Chicken leg at the front there. The skeletons. Such a bright and colourful collection. So I really do enjoy that one. Into Street Fighter. Again, Storm, they are very slow. So we still don't have a complete Street Fighter 2 team. I think Jada Toys will probably beat them to it, but they're such good quality figures that it's a bit slow to come out. So that is the Street Fighter section. Then down to the final bit of the gaming, which is Tekken, and there's a random Streets of Rage 4 Axel figure there. So I might not go fully into the Streets of Rage, but he's there for now. So that's the bottom one. So that's covered basically the gaming section, the Turtles, and the Marvel Legends, and that's as far as we've got. So over to our final section then, which is another video I've done recently. So I've done the unboxing of the Sky Striker and a bit of a deep dive into the G.I. Joe Classified collection. So they are up here. So again, the Sky Striker, not exactly in scale, but it is quite big, and it takes like a lot of wall space. So I think it works quite well behind the G.I. Joe figures. There are some screw holes there for Serpentor to hang when he finally comes. I did sign up to a UK Hasbro Pulse to get Serpentor, but they still haven't shipped him to me. The independent retailers, they've shipped, so that was £40 well spent, wasn't it? So hopefully he'll come soon. We've got Pimp Daddy Destro there. He's quite well lit, because what I've done on the side here is put the LED strips on the outside of the side unit, so it does get some good reflection into this side portion, because as I sort of pan back, you can't fully see all the figures in there because of the angle, so I did lose a bit of space, but I gained so many more shelves, I thought it was worth it. But from sort of a human viewing angle with a bit of light, I think you can still see everything. There's Sarge again, famous for his intro on one of my previous videos. There's Mini Sarge, so there are more Sarges. I have to do some more of that. Shout out Hillphones, he loves his Sergeant Slaughter. And then into the Valaverse Action Force, which is over here. I've just opened the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Night Op Steel Brigade. So he's front and centre. I think he's my favourite figure so far in there. And I have got Bloody Pandora on order to go at the back there. So that is the Action Force and G.I. Joe right next to each other. We will then come down to something new. So this is one of my favourite games in my early teens, which was Metal Gear Solid, revolutionary on the PS1, I think. So this is Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. These are the Mcfarlane figures from the late 90s. So would love to see a modern Metal Gear Solid action figure line. So hopefully somebody will eventually pick up the license. But I thought I had a bit of spare money coming from selling some of the figures in the Sky Striker. So I was like, right, let's see if I can get a whole collection. And I did manage to do it. So they weren't too bad individually. So here they are. So they don't really articulate, but they remind me of, there's like an old VHS shop. Everybody knows what a VHS is. That I used to go to back in the late 90s. And they had the Mcfarlane movie Maniacs in stock. So I remember seeing them on the pegs. And they also had these Metal Gear Solid figures. So now I'm an adult. I was like, right, okay, time to collect something you never was able to get as a kid. So these do look really cool. The sculpts are excellent for the time. And I've also cut out the side of the packaging there, so like the in-game renders, because it's such good artwork. And there's Psycho Mantis, my favourite character there, dangling above the top on a sort of levitating on a NECA stand. Now, I like to keep the theme in, so down into Mcfarlane again, and this time it's My Hero Academia shelf. So one of the only sort of animes I actually watch, so it is really good. So enjoyed having these figures. I've got quite a few there. And then down, sticking with cartoon, into 80s cartoon. So it's Defenders of the Earth, another classic. So there's the Phantom, Flash Gordon, Ming, and the new fella, the sort of ice robot Garax there. So a nice little cube. And again, talking 80s cartoons, because I am a sucker for a cartoon. It's one I hadn't seen till recently. It's Dungeons and Dragons. So this is the Hasbro Dungeons and Dragons line. That's the first wave, and the 2-pack there. So a few more to come from them. So looking forward to those. And the final section, Super 7. Not much really from the Disney line so far. So that's Prince John, Pinocchio, and Mickey. So plenty of room for the rest of them. That's going to be the Simpsons shelf from Super 7, but they've shipped nothing, so there's nothing there. And then Lord of the Rings. So these are the Diamond Select Toys Lord of the Rings figures with the Toy Biz bases. So those are the classic Toy Biz early 2000s bases there. Sauron Builder figure at the back. So that's a nice little collection. A few more characters to come, hopefully. I think there's another wave that's just gone up for pre-order. So hopefully if we can complete all the Fellowship, that would be really good. So that is basically it for the wall. So we've now got G.I. Joe in the corner, down into Action Force, into Metal Gear Solid, then the cartoons, and then the Super 7. So as I give you a sort of final pan round, that is what we have managed to achieve with this great manoeuvre. It's taken over 6 weeks, lots of video editing, putting all the clips together, but I hope it's been worth it to give you a sort of update of where we are in 2023. I'm sure there'll be more to come, because every weekend I'm literally moving stuff around the toy room. So that is the red wall, as I call it. So if you could please like, comment and subscribe. I hear the algorithm loves a bit of a like. Nearly at 700 subscribers. That'd be great if we could hit that soon. as we're on the road to 1,000 in 2023. So I've been Jay, this has been Jay's Toy Collection UK, and that is the collection update and all the manoeuvres. Hope to see you on the next video.